count is waiting. Are you ready? Hello everyone, I'm Jane and today we're diving into one of the most iconic vampire stories of all time, Dracula. Should you actually read this classic or is it better to just watch the movies? Let's discuss and decide who is the real Dracula goat, Stoker's old man or Gary Oldman? A young lawyer, Jonathan Harker, is sent to Transylvania to help a mysterious count buy property in London. Seems normal, right? Wrong. From the moment he steps into Dracula's castle, things go from creepy to downright horrifying. He realizes he's trapped, and he's whole, not human. Meanwhile, back in London, strange attacks begin. A young woman is found with mysterious bite marks on her neck. The clock is ticking. Can they save her before it's too late? First, get the sexy, brooding vampires of modern fiction. Stoker's Dracula is a pure nightmare, cold, calculated, and complete in darkness. No tragic love stories here, he's just evil. Also, it's told through letters, diaries, and newspaper clippings, making it feel like a real-life investigation. One moment you're watching, the next you're solving the mystery. But Dracula isn't just a gothic vampire tale. The heroes don't just fight Dracula with stakes and garlic, they also use science, faith, and strategy. So if you love eerie castles, dark forests, and that slow building dread, this book is a must. As I mentioned, the book is told through letters and diary entries. Not everyone enjoys that format. The diary entries make the story immersive, but also feel choppy. So if you prefer a straightforward plot, this might throw you off. And the first half is full of tension and horror, which many people love. But in the second half, there's a lot more planning, theorizing, and long conversations. And if you want non-stop action, this might drag. And for a book called Dracula, he actually isn't in it that much. We mostly hear about him through other people's reports. So if you were hoping for a deep dive into his mind, you won't get it. And other characters aren't deeply developed. Instead of complex personal stories, the focus is on teamwork. So if you enjoy stories about strong group dynamics, you might appreciate this. But if you prefer rich character backstories, this book might feel a bit lacking. There are tons of Dracula adaptations, but let's talk about two of the biggest ones. One of the most famous Dracula films is the 1992 movie directed by Francis Ford Coppola. This version turns Dracula into a tragic, romantic antihero, gives him a love story that wasn't in the book. He is seductive, hypnotic, and dramatic, thanks to Gary Oldman's legendary performance. And in 2024, Robert Eggers released Nosferatu, not based on Stoker's book, but on the 1922 silent film. Here, Dracula is replaced with Count Horlock, a grotesque, pure horror creature. In this movie, no romance, no tragic past, just fear, disease, and darkness. So what's better? Coppola's Dracula, the tragic, seductive villain, or Nosferatu, the walking nightmare? Let me know in the comments. And maybe you think now, should I read the book first then? If you want classic gothic horror, creeping dread and the OG vampire legend, read the book. If you want fast pacing, visual spectacle and a more emotional take, watch the movies. Or do both. I wouldn't call myself the biggest Dracula fan, but I have to admit, I had a great time reading it. If you're into vampires, Victorian horror or classic literature, this is a must-try. And if it's not your thing, not a problem, there are tons of vampire stories out there waiting for you. So now it's your turn, book Dracula or movie Dracula. Evil mastermind or tragic villain? Let's talk about it in the comments and see you next time.